seconds. Hello, everybody out there. So it looks like we have a couple of you watching. Hello, Chaos 4. Wait for a couple minutes to get people to start logging in. Alright, so for people watching, this is the first unveiling of the Red, White, and Clix 2025, our second annual charity event for veterans. This is a very personal passion of mine. I am myself a veteran, a disabled combat veteran, and the services that we are raising funds for have personally affected me and my family.
Quick note, somebody just said that the volume is non-existent.
Let me fix that.
Oh, Scott Johnson can hear just fine. Okay, there we go.
All right.
Looks like we're good.
Make sure everybody can hear me. Sounds like it. Okay. So we got 9 people in the chat. All right. Hello, everybody out there. Here goes land. I was just telling everybody that this is the kickoff for Red, White, and Clicks 2025, our second annual event. I'm going to increase my volume because Ryan can't hear me. Here. That should do it. Can you hear me now, Ryan? Sorry about the delay, folks. Right, I'm going to assume that Ryan can hear me unless he says otherwise. What's your hoodie, Hoff? Pug eyes. What?
Buckeyes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Champions.
The only good Buckeye is when you eat.
Hey, my neighbor's a Notre Dame fan, so when they beat the crap out of them, I made some Buckeyes and gave them to him.
It always drove me crazy when I was a kid. My parents both had master's degrees from Purdue University, but we lived up north by Notre Dame, and they started becoming Notre Dame fans. I'm like, you guys are Purdue alumni. You have to root for Purdue. Like,
Yeah.
that's just blasphemous.
Notre Dame had the market because they were like the first college to actually broadcast on radio, and they basically got a lot of people.
And they have a lot of enemies. Nobody in Indiana likes them. I know they're more mortal enemies with Michigan. So
They also have that really cool hunchback.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick this thing off. Red Writing Clicks was a passion project of mine to help veterans like myself that have been touched by the programs we're raising money for. Last year, we raised over $4,000 for the Mary T. Clinker Veteran Resource Center. They're still operating. They are remodeling an old armory, making a full facility there. This year, I am switching to a therapy, a horse therapy place called Magical Meadows. They have really been a big help to me and some of my best friends have been suicidal and they've gone to this place and just been a million times better since. They cater to veterans and first responders at zero cost. So if you're a veteran or a first responder, you go to this place, you can ride their horses, tend to the farm, whatever, at zero cost. Um, it's a 41-acre property, and then they have things for veteran groups to just enjoy being with other veterans, that kind of thing. And they don't expect anything in return. They just want you to come, enjoy the free outdoors, the fresh air, away from the stress of life. And they are building a new $2 million capital campaign for 2 indoor arenas that will be 14,000 square feet for year-round use. So this is all part of why I wanted to raise money for them, because one of my best friends, he is going to be giving a video testimony that I will be broadcasting later of some of his struggles and why he went to Magical Meadows and how they have helped him and other veterans. They have helped approximately 100 veterans in the last 18 years. They have an overhead of $390,000, and they don't take a dime from anybody that's going to attend there. No veteran, no first responder pays anything. So all the money to run this facility, feed these animals, is all of charity events like ours. It's called the Warriors Mount Up program. So it's a great place here in Indiana. I'm going to be sharing more information about them as time comes. But I want to share our community's outreach to other veteran programs, not to just one, so that everybody can benefit from us. So the big part about today is I want to introduce my crew. We have Eli Becker. Hello, Eli.
Howdy, howdy.
We have John Hoffner, Jay Patel,
Hello, hello.
and Anthony Barnstable, the fastest
Hello.
judge in the West.
You guys on the road.
I don't know why you're driving. Why don't you just run wherever you're going?
yeah, right.
Going to Taco Bell.
So Jay, tell us a little bit about what you are contributing to Red, White, and Clix 2025.
So I've been making maps for HeroClix for, I want to say, like 3 years now, and overall I've only made 3 maps until now. The 3 maps I made were all for local storyline, because whenever I'm running a storyline with my locals, I like to close it out with some kind of personalized map that I can leave like 5 copies at the store, and people can then use that for any of the events that we have. It just so happened to work out that last one that I posted was seen by, I think, Eli. I think Eli told Wes about it. Wes, you reached out to me to make the map, and we had a few discussions about what could be done, and ultimately landed on the idea of doing 2 maps, an indoor and an outdoor. So today, I'm showing off the indoor map, and give me 1 second here, and I'll share my screen.
Well, I can do it for in here, I think.
I got it. Thank you, though.
So this is a standard 16 by 16 2-player tournament style map, correct?
Yes, it is. The concept started with just going off of something that was that was military related, and I threw the idea that hey, why don't we do the map that's the actual location where the event is played, and it ended up transforming into this. So it's a 16 by 16 map with two levels of elevation, the tables being level 2 as well as the Humvee, and then the floor obviously being level 1. When Wes and I were talking about the map concept initially, I built it out in Excel first with all of the cells being highlighted to have borders to note, okay, what's going to go where, what kind of terrain is going to be what, and all the tables we had initially thought, hey, let's just have it all be hindering, but we didn't want it to look exactly like the courtroom map. So then I had the idea, okay, let's just take the tables and have them become level 2, and that ended up materializing into this. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. The terrain lines are fairly clean, and at a full printed out zoom, you can tell where the elevation changes happen. You can tell where the arrows are, even with the color scheme being, you know, red and Old Glory red in some places. Um, Once the initial design was done, once the tables were done, we were thinking, okay, what are we going to fill the tables with? And one idea was, hey, people carry a lot of different toolboxes to the event. Before West thought specifically that hey, we should look at doing the cases that Jonathan, that Aaron, the trays that Jeremiah make. But by then, I'd already incorporated in some of these toolboxes, and with us closing in on the timeline, I needed to put the terrain on here. So we decided maybe for a future map or the other map.
So the judges table is blocking, right?
Yes, it is. Judges table is the only blocking on this map. Everything else is either elevated or hindering.
So we got a little bit of everything as far as terrain goes, except for water. And it is a pretty good replica of the event space where Red, White, and Clicks takes place. So it's a nice memoir of our event, our time together. And
Man,
where
I'd
can we get this,
really
Jay?
put more space there. So this map can be, I believe it's going to be given out at the Red, White, and Clicks event in November to the first and second place for sure. And then outside of that, Wes, you'll have to share that.
Yep. So John Hoffner is going to be printing these out, and we're going to have some for raffle items, some for prizes. Um, the only place you're going to be able to get it is at the Red, White, and Clicks event. But they will be available as prizes and as raffle items. um, and then the second map is still in production, and we want to keep it secret as a surprise for the event. But I can tell you it is an outdoor map, and it is also themed around the event. Um, but it's going to be a just as beautiful as this is, with the extreme attention to detail and uniqueness of everything that Jay has in his crazy head. So it's a beautiful map, Jay. I couldn't be happier with it. Um,
I will say
yeah,
the map started with the Humvee, and just that took me close to 30 hours. Doing everything else was so much easier.
The labor of love.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we get closer, we'll probably talk a little more about the outdoor map. And these will also be used. They'll be available to be used as super sealed maps if you choose to. So you can actually play on them at the event also. So Jay, we have a few items to give away to our patient viewers. What do you have for us today?
So the item that I'm giving away is the Zombie Scarlet Witch, and it is still unpacked. I haven't touched the tape on the top or the bottom. So once you win this item, if there's something wrong with it, you'll have to take it up with WizKids replacement.
Happened.
But the question I have for you to try to win this is what figure has the longest name in HeroClix by character count? And since it's somewhat of an obscure question, I'll give you the character count as well. It's 39 squares with squares. Can you tell where my mind is? It's 39
Yeah.
characters, and that includes the spaces.
All right. So we'll give listeners a minute to answer that question.
And
I'll-
I'll drop the question in the chat as well for people.
All right, and then I will generate a random number, and the winner will get that. So you don't have to answer it correctly, but let's give it a shot. See what you can come up with. So yeah, Jay, I absolutely love this map. I can't stop looking at it. The color of the flooring, I love the Clix cases. I just think
Logo.
that is so cool.
Yeah, I like the
Clix
logo.
cases were real good.
Hmm.
I saw a comment in the chat that it's going to be great for wall crawler, and I didn't even think about that when I was initially building it. Here, I'll put the map back up here. But when I was initially building it, I didn't even think about that. But now that I'm giving it closer attention with that in mind, like, yeah, depending on where you are, you can pop basically across the map with this. Let's see, starting on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. The most notorious figure that I can think of is the Spidey. So let's see, sidestep, then wall crawler 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it here, then just move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, like Spidey can make it across by himself. Symbiote Spidey. Holy crap!
That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, this is not an official WizKids map. It's purely for our enjoyment for our event, and if you want to use it for your local events. But I think it's cool to have something that represents places I've been, things I've done. I think this is a great map. I'm sure there's competitive players out there that will nitpick it away, but I think it looks great, and I will definitely be using it as long as I'm not playing against a Spider-Man team. Jay,
Looks like
John,
we've got a couple guesses.
John, what will it be
do you
printed
wanna-
on?
What's that?
What will the map be printed on?
I'm probably gonna go with the gloss, lightweight, probably 6 mil. Normally I go back and forth between HP and Epson paper.
So paper map, okay.
Yeah, I can do paper. If we need, I can also laminate them. I have a 25-inch laminator, so
Cool.
If we want to ball out for any of the top spot pricing,
Yeah.
I'd be willing to fund getting some put into neoprene, because I think maps like this are.
yeah, I think a lot
worthy.
of people would appreciate that too. Maybe
Yeah.
that's something that we should do the raffle for.
People like
Some limited quantity of
Yeah.
neoprene versions of this.
Some
I
people
think that'd
like
be a
Ryan
good
Redmond
idea.
only play on neoprene, so you won't even.
I'm not a big fan of it because I hate my dice bouncing to 1, but that's what it is. So, I know Vistaprint is pretty solid on pricing.
We've got a few people that have already guessed the name, and
Alright,
yeah, it
so
is
let's
definitely Legend.
count,
The genie of the mystical lamp.
one,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
My brain went to supercalifragilistic.
Did I lose you guys?
Oh, perhaps we can hear you.
Oh, nope. We're good. I
Alright,
just
so we have
accidentally
8 guesses. Are
dropped
we
the
good
volume.
with that? Do we want to? stop there?
Nope, we're good with that. Let's go ahead and roll for who's going to win the map, or who's going to win the Switch. Or should I say Z-Switch?
Alright. Generate. Alright, number 3. Who's number 3?
Let's see. The first one was Chaos for Chaos' sake. Second one was Scott Johnson. Third looks like is, well, Chaos for Chaos' sake guessed first. I'll leave this to you, Wes.
Alright.
The third correct or the first correct?
Yeah,
it
start with the
doesn't matter
correct
if you're right
answer.
or wrong, just in order. So, so we got one.
So that would be Austin Paul Mondone.
All right, Austin. Just reach out to me, and I will mail this out to you. Just reach out to me with your address. And you get the Scarlet Witch. Alright, congratulations, Austin. So we jumped into that because Jay is short on time, so we're going to let him do what he needs to do because family comes first, right, Jay?
Yes, indeed. My wife made plans without telling me, so I'm going to go take care of those plans.
Well, Jay,
I'll
thank you
catch you all
so
later.
much, man. I can't thank you enough, and I'm sure that the community is going to enjoy this map. So thank you very much.
I'm glad you're happier with the map than I am because, like I said, to me, I was like, I see like 2 issues. They're very minor issues, but I see 2 issues with it. Lesson learned for future. I think for my 4th map overall, I feel like I did pretty good with it.
I think an artist is always the most critical of their
Yes.
own work.
I think right now I'm in the gap where, you know, when you first start learning to do something and then you're seeing the professional work, that gap in between, you start comparing yourself to that. That's where I am right now. So I'm super critical of like all of the maps that I'm building.
Oh, Wes, I think the noise happens when you get your phone by your mic because I'm getting that clicking again.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hey,
Finally figured it out.
Batman.
Awesome. All right, with that, I'll let you guys go. I'll catch you on the next stream.
All right.
All right.
Have a good
See
one.
you, Jay.
See you later.
Hey, that thing's back.
Hell for HeroClix. The judge table is blocking terrain. That's the only blocking terrain in the map. The other tables are all elevated. The chairs are hindering. The Humvee is elevated. The judge's table is blocking. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the event. There's a lot of things in the air, so I cannot guarantee what prizes will be or what set we'll be playing with. I can make an educated guess at what set, but there's with current events and the alliance buyout and all that stuff. There's so much that's in the air that all I can guarantee is that we're hosting the event and there will be prizes.
Yeah,
And
'cause
HeroClix.
in your defense, like Spider-Man or Spider-Verse released at a completely unexpected time for everybody, and even Smash and Destroy, Scott Porter didn't even know when to expect that one to come out. So, Collector's Trove, the release date wasn't what we first thought it might be. So, release dates definitely change.
Yep, that's for sure.
What I can promise you is that all this is coming out of pocket, and I am going to be pricing out the absolute best that I can. I will be buying as much product as I can from wherever I can, and I'll be giving it to everybody that comes. There will be door prizes, uh, just participation prizes. We're going to have all kinds of um, fellowship prizing of different kinds, and at every step of the tournament level, there will be more and more prizes. So I don't know if I'll reach the best prized out event level, but I'm certainly going to give it my best shot. Um, but we are going to be November 15th to 16th, the first weekend after Veterans Day. The event will be held at the Lafayette National Guard Armory, same as last year. So I got a lot of great feedback about the venue. We got a good deal on the venue space. Um, we are going. If you went last year, it's going to be very similar but better. We're gonna have more food and better food. Um, we're gonna have more prizes and hopefully more people. We had a total of 80 players between the 2 days last year. I want to break 100 this year.
Nice.
That's my goal, is to break 100. Um, I will have snacks and beverages provided throughout the 2 day event. Meals will be about $10 per meal provided. We're getting barbecue. We're getting sandwiches. We're getting Texas Roadhouse dinner rolls. I'm still working on some more details on that, but it will be. I don't want to say catered, but it will be fresh food from restaurants donating to us at their own cost. So it's a great deal for $10. On top of, I provide chips and snacks and pop and coffee, so nobody gets dehydrated and brain fatigue from being hungry during the event. So you have a full smorgasbord of things to choose from there. Um, we are doing 2 events over the court over both days. Battle Royales and Supercharged Shield events. Those will be run by my friend Eli.
Howdy.
The Battle Royales are $20 a piece, and Supercharged Shields are $55. So can you tell us a little bit about what to expect, Eli?
All right, so the last year when we ran these, they were firing off, as soon as we had enough players to start one. And we're hoping to continue that this year. It's really convenient. You don't have to sit around and wait. It's really nice. You can just get a couple of your buddies and say, hey, we want to start one, and we'll get one fired off for you. Hopefully, as long as we got the table space and enough product to go around, we'll be firing them off as needed. The supercharged seals, those are probably going to be a little more structured since it's probably going to be a larger event, right? So it takes more product, more people, more time to run those. So you might have to wait a little longer for those to fire off, but BRs will go all day, all night until everybody wants to go to bed, and yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm still getting comments that I am hard to hear. Is anybody having a hard time hearing me out there?
I got headphones on, so I hear everything.
Hopefully, I'm coming through okay. Austin texts me. He's like, "Hey, I heard my name. What's going on?" So, okay, that sounds great, Eli. You last year were just a attendee. You showed up to play. You saw that I was underwater over my head, struggling with some of the side events because I overestimated my abilities. And you jumped in out of the kindness of your heart and said, I don't need to play. I can just run things. And just took over the side events and made it smooth, and nobody had any complaints. And
Yeah.
I really
I will
appreciate
say
that.
there was a lot of help from some of the other ballers from our
Yeah.
baller chat. Emilio
Emilio,
Gutierrez, Gabe, the two of them, they also helped a big time.
Absolutely. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys stepping up and helping a brother in need there, and coming back for more. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I really appreciate that, Eli. So,
Well,
you
thank
can
you.
see Eli's smiling face. It is up in the air whether or not he'll be in costume this year.
He should be in costume.
Yeah, I was the Battle Gnome last year, so if we get a cool WizKids exclusive like third party non character thing, maybe I'll get a costume going for it.
So that's $20 for Battle Royale, 55 for Supercharged Sealed. Um, these prices are approximate. They may change a little bit depending on what happens with product when I actually purchase it. If I get charged a little more for it, I may have to adjust prices a little bit, but hopefully we will be able to stay around these prices. And then both days, we're firing off. Eli will be prizing out and judging. So thank you so much, Eli, for that.
Yeah, it's my first foray into judging in a bigger capacity. Usually it's just around locals helping out with the rules. So it's going to be a fun experience. And hopefully, if we have anything too concerning, we got Anthony and we got
Be there in a flash.
yeah, he'll be there in a flash. But I'll be reading up on my rules up until November. So I'll be ready.
Reanimation guy says, can confirm they did a great job stepping in with the side events.
That's
So
true.
you
Oh,
were-
and I think I misspoke. It was Alonzo, and
Oh.
Gabe.
Yes,
Emilio, he's a slacker.
you were noticed and appreciated, sir. So thank you very much. So what would you like to give away today? We have a couple of LEs and
Are they battle gnomes?
No battle gnomes.
You know, I do have a large collection of battle gnomes. I could probably give away one.
All right.
Let me show you. Ugh. After last year, I did have quite the collection. So my cup runneth over with battle gnomes. Got a
I
couple.
thought I was bad.
No, I think I'm at 11 right now.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll ask a question.
Sure.
Whoever guesses my favorite Lantern Core first will get this battle gnome. Also sealed.
What is Eli's favorite lantern? What?
Lantern
Core.
Core.
Lantern core. All right, that will be the start of the list. So when people answer, we'll go to that question. Count down from there. So you're going to give away a gnome, and then do you want to give away a unicorn or an old King Thor?
Oh, I love that old King Thor. So let's do that.
Yeah. Broken.
I've always been disappointed he hasn't seen more play. I think he is great.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Partner him up with the legacy cap. Oof.
All right, well, we already got our first correct answer, and I'm kind of surprised it wasn't Reanimation Guy, because I think I know who that is. But Chaos, for chaos sake, whoever that is, they got it right. It's the Sinestro Core. I love the Sinestro
Ooh.
Ooh, bad boy.
Core. Yeah, just a little bit.
So the meals are going to be $10. Battle Royale going to be about 20. The super sealed will be about 50. The 300 modern event will be on Saturday, and it will be run and judged by the man with the plan, the man on your left, Anthony Barnstable. That'll be Saturday. We're going to try to get through it all in one day, unless we have like 300 people and we have to stretch it out. That is going to be about $50. And then on Saturday will be our 3-man team sealed event for $220. We talked about doing it the abbreviated version that the Generation Clix talks about, but I feel like we'll be cramming too much into the weekend. So we're just going to do a standard 3-man team sealed event on Sunday. And then by the time you've been playing for 2 days, you probably want to go home and get some sleep. Let's see how we're doing on answers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we got 9 so far. Yeah, so 300 modern on Saturday, Team Seal on Sunday, Super Seal and Battle Royales throughout. And we are going to be the first major 300 modern event post Worlds, post rotation. So when you want to see what the new modern looks like, you want to test out your skills without a preset definition of what is winning, come to Red Riding Clix and make you the one to define some meta. So we're going to be the first major event after Worlds. And I think we might be one of the last main ones before Christmas, I think.
First and last.
Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, generate.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna do the first correct, like with Jay's.
No, we did a random one with Jay.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 1 to 9. 2.
All right. Well, I think it's still the same. Oh, are we doing second correct?
No, just
Or second over?
Second answer.
Second answer. Okay, we'll give it to looks like Exidor then.
Who is Exodus?
I think this is the school I could have excelled in. I didn't have to be right. Just there.
So, Exidor, whoever that is, please reach out to me with your address and we'll send you a battle gnome.
Are you going to sign it?
I could maybe toss in a little signed picture.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the...
I posted the one with you and me.
Oh, did
Took
you?
me a while. I had to find it.
Did you want to send the gnome with King Thor, or we're doing 2 separate?
Oh, we could do 2 separate. It'd be quicker.
Alright. So ask another question then.
Another question. Ooh, okay. Let's see. If we're gonna stay on favorite topic here.
Food.
Favorite food? No, that's too easy. It's a basic answer. Let's do favorite Marvel Knight. Who is my favorite Marvel Knight hero?
Favorite Marvel Knight.
Blade.
Alright, Maverick, I got you, buddy. So I'll get that gnome out to you. This is for the old King Thor. So guess Eli's favorite Marvel Knight. Can I guess? Answer
Yeah, you can guess. You might know it.
Was Daredevil a Marvel Knight?
Mm,
In the comics, yeah.
really?
I feel like you're a Blade guy.
That's what I said.
Blade? I one of my best friends, his name is Blade.
I just see you in like the trench coat with glasses.
You know, I do got a bit of sunburn going on. You never know.
Daywalker.
So while we're waiting on those,
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, do you want to say something while we're waiting on some answers? Can you hear me,
Oh,
Anthony?
sorry, were you talking to me?
I say while we're waiting for answers, if Anthony wants to chime in and say something.
I mean, I am excited for the event. Looking forward to getting to judge, getting to help out. I'm hoping other people are going to be excited about the event. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a really interesting time, and because like not a lot of other events are happening around that time, so a lot of people are going to be kind of, I don't know, maybe like itching for an opportunity to play something competitive. It's a good outlet to get that, to scratch that itch and get that opportunity to keep on playing and not have to take like a that super long hiatus between worlds and when Champion Clix Open happens. Um, so I think it'll be a fun opportunity there.
So my question for you, Anthony, is: are you fully recovered from the Rock Cup yet, or are you worn out?
No, I still need some more. I still need some more sleep from that.
But you'll be.
That's always the one with the most brutal hours. Like, it's wonderful to be able to play a battle royale at 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. and, like, I can keep clixing as long as I want all night long. But at the same time, like, I guess I'm getting old because my body needs sleep at a certain point, too.
Oh my goodness, my son brought his friends and his girlfriend over and had a campfire the other night, and we were having some. I had some beers and was just laughing and having a good night with them. Before I knew it was like 2, 3 in the morning, and I felt like I was hit by a truck the next day. It wasn't from the alcohol; it was from just being so tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited to have you on the team, man. You are the judge's judge. You're the coolest.
Oh, thank you.
A man of the people.
And that's not to say anything about PJ. PJ has some stuff going on. He couldn't 100% dedicate that weekend for sure. So Anthony was my Robin to his Batman. So I called Anthony and he said, "Absolutely, I'll do it." So I'm like, "You're amazing." So we'll see if you can get as many steps in as PJ did last year.
I'll try my hardest.
All right, how are we doing here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. So I think our viewers are actually asking around 9. All right, so for
Nice.
Old King Thor, we got number 7.
I think he's telling us the answer.
Got the answer right here,
4,
Mr.
5,
Daredevil.
6.
All the above.
I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. FFCC Exoscene Fred Rex Johnson. So
Got it. Yeah.
the Punisher guy.
Punisher is up there.
Oh, come on. And quit. There we go. FFCC guy. And you can Old King Thor. Alright, so FFCC guy, reach out to me with your address and I will ship you an Old King Thor. So Eli,
I think
tell
that's
us what the correct answer was.
that was Scott Johnson, I think, right?
That's Scott?
I believe so. Yeah, that's Scott.
It's
Cool.
rigged.
I know Scott. He's my co-host. Alright, Scott.
Oh, he's saying he's not eligible.
Alright, so I gotta know, what's the correct answer to your favorite Marvel Knight?
Oh, I was showing it off while you were distracted.
Apparently so.
Oh, so I
Got
did.
Daredevil.
I did say Daredevil, so I guess you're right.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. One of my
I
favorites.
definitely, I still see the blade. I mean, that's what I was saying.
I know he's a big fan of the 10-point Daredevil.
He's a nice one, yeah. I got to get my hands on the new Daredevil and Elektra.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Well, cross your fingers that I'll be able to get my hands on some for the event. So, further news. I have a deal with a hotel. It's called Home 2. It's a very nice hotel, brand new. It's where Ryan Redmond and family stayed last year, and he could not say enough about it. He said that he's absolutely staying there next time. He said the room was just spotless and nice, and for the money that he paid, it was outstanding.
How close is it to White Castle?
Like half a mile.
Alright.
And they actually gave me a better deal this year than last year. For a Studio King suite, it's $129 a night. For a
Nice.
double queen suite, is $149 a night. So for two people split, that'd be about $70 a night for a double queen suite. And this is not a Roach Motel. Like, this is a really nice place, and they are giving us a significant discount to stay there. I will be posting the link that you have to use to get that discount. But please, if you are coming, it's a great deal. Go ahead and use them so that we can keep getting deals with them next year. But it's a great deal if you're traveling from far. Home to $150 for 2 beds, so $75 a night. Pretty good deal, I think, for an extremely nice suite. There are other hotels available. I will say that. But I also say this is a college town with Purdue University, and there may or may not be a game that weekend, so hotels are going to be hard to come by. So if you're planning on coming, I would get a hotel sooner than later. Alright, so that brings me to John the Hoffner. Hello, John.
Howdy.
What is your role in all this mess?
Well, I'm not the Chaos King guy, but just trying to help out in any way, shape, or form I can, and use my creative brain to come up with some stuff. So, I'm going to be making some 3D printed items, and it's going to constantly probably keep on changing because I can't stop thinking. But I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing, and so. And of course, I put, caps on there. Anyways, this is a Hummer that you can actually use to turn the dial. I think they're hilarious looking. Try to get you guys a better view.
I'll be posting close-up pictures afterwards so people can get a good
Yeah. They're kind of like deity bases, but they also have logos on them. I've done a Hummer. I've done a tank. Really not good with cameras here. Thanks, Lord. Doing basically just a lot of creative things. There's a Jeep. I like the Jeep. Anyways, I'm be doing those, donating those. I will be donating some action tokens that I made. They actually snap together as well, so you can have a stack of them and peel them off however you want.
These action tokens will be participation prizes, by the way. You
Yep.
can get more, but you can get a couple just for walking in the door.
Yeah, and one of the cool things about these action tokens also, again, they will make it easy to click the actual hero click. So I started doing those. They're kind of like a miniature deity bases, and then I started creating some more. So actually, it's probably just gonna be easier to show. How am I doing on the camera here?
Good.
All right. So I'm going to do red, white, and blue, obviously, and I didn't know if we were going to be playing with lanterns. So I'll probably finish out the set, and if you guys wanted to get all 7, make a donation. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyways, they also can be lit with a tea light candle, which is really fun to watch. Let's see. Basically, Wes kind of had me from go when he said that I can have creative flow on a lot of things, but the biggest thing last year that I so desperately wanted to get wasn't first place, wasn't second, could have been last, but I definitely wanted the toilet trophy. So I will be making the toilet trophy with actual dice that you can. I will be making dice with the red, white, and Clix logo on them. So you can take the dice out of the toilet and use them. They're like my dice. When I roll them, they will be back in the toilet shortly. Also creating some first place trophies. So printed these out because I have not decided what I'm doing yet. So obviously this is the back side, but it says first place camp. It's a sentinel head with Wolverine on top, and it will have LED lights for the eyes. So you can change them different colors. I plan on having a lot of fun with lights. If by some chance it's the lanterns, that'll take me 2 seconds to make that because I already got that one going too. So it'll probably be a first place trophy with a couple lanterns.
Literally, I will send Hoff a text message with some stupid idea, and he'll say, "Ooh, I like that. Give me a second." And he'll come back 5 minutes later with it like completely formatted and ready to go to the printer, exactly the way I imagined it. The guy is a genius.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but I am hopped up on caffeine. So this is another thing. I'll be not this particular one, but I will be donating a couple boxes that I've been making. They're fairly large. I'm in the process of building building my first 3D printer. So going to be way bigger than this one when it's all said and done. One of the cool things about these, they're actually locked, and they use magnetics to keep them locked in and in track. So when it's locked, one of the cool things, I had to make this my son proof. So you have an understanding. He has broken pretty much everything I've created. So, and my will to live sometimes. So, but you can literally hold it up and it stays in lock. Stays in the lock position. Just having some creative ideas going on with this one, but what I'm planning on doing is probably doing something centered around Captain America. and maybe whatever set that comes out. So I'll be donating a couple boxes. Fortunately, I got up too early this morning and didn't check my files completely. So you're only gonna be able to see a little, but I'm also gonna be donating some HeroClix trays. As you can see, it's zombie cap, and it is not anywhere near complete. I actually ripped this off of the printer before we started, so this one's going in the trash, but gives you an idea what it looks like. So it'll have you got spots for colossal, spot for the two by one, actually, the transporter ones, and action tokens, dice, and then of course it says red, white, and clicks, and then 2025. So I'm probably gonna be making like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 of these to give to Wes so he can give them out at Origins. So
I kind of rushed John on some of these, so that's why they're not quite all finished. But
no, I'm a slacker. Don't let him lie to you.
his attention to detail is unbelievable. So he does great work. John, tell us why you are doing all this.
Well, my bald head is blocking the picture, but my daughter, she's actually in the military. She's currently deployed right now, and my father was in the military for 26 years, so we have a lot of ties to the military, and I've seen good and bad. So the fact that you guys are doing a lot towards that, I really do appreciate it, and I wanted to give back. I actually sought you out last year, if you remember, and wanted to be involved in any way, shape, or form I could. So I think it's a great idea, and I really do love the HeroClix community, and I like the idea of us giving back. It just is something that needs to happen.
Now, John is from his business is Clix Creator. I've been promoting him on my Talking Clix channel. He can literally print anything, dude. It's insane the stuff that he comes up with, the cool ideas, and it is top quality. And not only does he barely charge above what he puts into it, but he will trade plastic for plastic. If you have a chase or whatever he wants, he will make a deal with you without even costing more than just the shipping for the item. So
yeah, did a box for Constantine. Never saw him, but it's all cool because I'll catch Steve on the flip side on that one. So, but yeah, no, I'm not really into it for money. It's more for my enjoyment of being creative.
Well, I can't think enough, John. I've been blown away by the stuff that you've come up with and the amount of money you put into printers every other week.
Yeah, that's why I convinced her. I told her, I'm just gonna build what I want from now on, and then I don't have to go out and buy one every three months. It's like HeroClix, just start collecting them. So it's funny because this house has got nothing but 3D printers, and then my other house has nothing but actual printers. So it's pretty bad.
John, do you have any prototypes you would like to give away?
I can give anything away other than my kids. I can't give those away. They keep my back, and if you want to do like a 3-pack,
yeah, 3-pack with let's go with the I don't know what to call this thing. The
friends.
Yep, the Spider Friends. So we'll ask a question, and the winner gets those and a 3-pack of the never before seen prototype of the Red Wine Clix 2025 action tokens. What kind of question you got for me?
You put me on the spot. Nothing. Oh man. what set came out after Explosion?
Immediately after?
What was the next set released after Explosion? You can cheat and go to your unit section.
That was even before my time. I'm not even sure of that answer.
Oh, fine. Let's
No,
see.
that's a good question. Makes people
Yeah.
do some research.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I
Definitely
have been
Java.
playing for like 23 years or 22. So
Anthony, where
the
are you
only way I
going
can
so
remember
fast?
that is because my oldest son is when I started playing. So 23.
Wow.
Dang.
hmm I had to get out of changing diapers, so I hanged out with some real quick.
John, somebody in the chat asked if you have so much experience printing, can't you print some hair?
Yeah, totally agree with that one. Um, I did have hair a long, long time ago.
Give it all to Anthony because
Just,
he got plenty to spare.
yeah, well, I can grow it on my face. And my son's hair is longer than Anthony's.
Wow.
I
Oh
think he's
wow.
afraid.
Yeah, he's holding on to it as long as he can, right?
Well,
Yep.
I'm not far behind you, buddy. I'm not starting to. I'm getting very thin up here.
See, that was me. I started getting thin, and I was like, screw this, shave it off.
Anthony, where are you going so fast?
I'm just concerned he's going in circles. That's what I'm worried about.
I was out running some errands tonight.
Never a day off for you, huh?
I wish, but it was very fun at Huntington's this past weekend because the 3v3 team event on Friday, the Scott Porter team event, there was a team of two people that didn't have a third, so they needed somebody else to step in and be their last player. So I got an opportunity to step in and play in order to help make sure they got to play and enjoy the event. So I actually did get a little time playing the game. For everybody who always says, like, do you ever get to play, Anthony? And we did 3 rounds of Swiss, and I went 3-0 in all of my games. I beat my
Wow.
opponents, so I
Nice.
had a lot of fun with that. They were fun games. Like we had good matches. Nobody walked away like, oh, you just crushed me.
Congratulations, buddy.
But yeah, it was super fun to get to play.
All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
My thought for the answer is it's either Critical Mass for Marvel or Cosmic Justice for DC.
Oh,
And I
he's
think Critical
good.
Mass came out before Cosmic Justice, so I'm guessing the answer is Critical Mass.
Okay, Will Holland wants to know about the sketch card. What's the sketch card, Anthony?
Oh yeah, so William Holland is one of the players of the community. He does commission artwork, and so he did an awesome job. People could like purchase from him that he would do a commission, a little like standard character card size card
Nice.
sketch of people at the event. And one person very very kindly, very generously, very graciously had him do a sketch of me, and I absolutely loved my sketch card, and I got a picture with it. And then 'cause at first I didn't even realize it was like a commission thing. I thought he was just doing that for fun. And then once I learned like, oh, I could just pay him money and get him to do other people, then I got him to do a couple more for a few other people there. I got one for Aaron Morgan. I got a picture of him with his. But it was just a fun, cool little like, oh, cool! I could get like art of me or art of somebody else at this event, just while we're playing and enjoying our time here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I saw that post on Facebook. That was really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I have to get myself a battle gnome this year.
That would be pretty cool.
All right.
Well, the answer.
1 to 9.
Do we do the answer? Number 9.
So 6.
Yeah, let's hear what the correct answer was before we hear who wins.
It was Cosmic Justice.
Ah!
You should have stayed with your first. You were right on it.
Okay.
That is Maverick again. So let's do another number of 1 to 8. Sorry, Maverick. You can't win twice, buddy. No cheating. Number 7. Formerly known as not Aqua Miles. No.
Arch nemesis.
Well, he got it wrong anyway, so he gets clobbering time.
Oh,
that was before.
Yeah, that was before.
Miles the Doofus gets the Spider Trio and the first RWC tokens. All right. So, Anthony. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows who you are and what you do. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're contributing to the event?
I'm contributing my time, my passion, and desire to help head judge the event in terms of like the main event, the modern portion, running and making sure that everybody is registered in the event, that we get the rounds firing, that we're having the appropriate length of time for the rounds, so we have the appropriate number of rounds before cutting to the appropriate top cut, and then continuing on from there, that judge questions are handled and addressed, trying to provide the best quality I can in terms of the answers I give and accuracy I give, and delivering those in a very speedy and efficient manner, because I know like just personally for me as a player, something that always drove me nuts was when I would call a judge and I'd watch them like, let me get up from my chair and slowly meander my way over there. And I'm just like, oh my God, I could rip this long hair out of my head waiting for you to get over to my table. I'm just watching the seconds tick away on the watch I'm not even wearing. I just always wanted to like provide the fastest quality that I could, because that's what I wanted as a player. And so just trying to do that to help out on making sure that on the tournament organization side of that, from the perspective of a judge, that I do as much as I possibly can to make the tournament run as well as possible for players, make it as enjoyable for players as possible. Take into consideration any feedback that players are giving kind of leading up to the event. Like say something crazy is really imbalanced in the sealed, figuring out a plan for how to make sure it's a fun time for people. And just all that type of stuff, everything I can possibly do to try and make it as enjoyable as possible from the perspective of a judge.
So cool, Anthony. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and your devotion to the game and everything you do, and your volunteering your time and your energy to our little event. It's just amazing. I do have a question for Hoff and Eli. So for those of you watching don't know, I have multiple sclerosis and walking is difficult for me. So at the event, I had a little motorized scooter that I rode around on to help me get around faster. Gentlemen, do you think that my scooter is faster than Anthony?
No.
I don't know. I think we should have a race at the event. Maybe have everybody place some bets, right?
You think Anthony could get around faster on the scooter?
Well, is your scooter motorized with some type of fuel or battery? Because if you put Everclear in it, dang.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a little race while we're there.
We can test that out.
If my child doesn't steal it again. um, so Anthony, what are we giving
Yeah.
away? We've got
Uh,
Deadpool and Friends, we got a unicorn, and we've got Cookie Cap.
Ooh.
let's do the unicorn.
Unicorn. Okay, I think unicorn deserves a deity base. Which one do you want to give away?
Fun. Let's go with a blue one.
You got a blue one? Alright. Unicorn and blue deity base. What is your question, sir?
Well, since you were just talking about that Caps Kooky Quartet and thinking about all these cool iconics, what was kind of the first equivalent of that? What was the first non-blind HeroClix product that included a character in it and was not a starter set?
First
Who here
non-blind. What?
Oh, I think I know.
Again, it's just participation. We're just grading participation, but hey, if anybody remembers, that's just fun.
I think it had like 5 characters or more in it. I have to.
I think it was at least 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track.
Yeah.
All right, Emily. So the next question will be from Anthony, and he will ask a hard rules question. That's what Emily wants.
Hard rules.
Okay.
So you'll do the next one on a hard rules question. So you got time to think about that.
Okay. Ooh, okay. I've got it prepped because it just came up at HeroClix for Huntington, so I'm ready with my hard rules question.
All right. Emily, are you trying to win this unicorn again? I already gave you one.
Oh.
All right. So I know I've expressed my feelings on the indoor map. How do you guys feel about it?
I like it.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
Mhm.
I was just upset there was no restroom.
Yeah, right.
Is it something you guys would use for a competitive event, depending on the team?
If I personally I made or helped make a custom map that we raffled off last year, and I use that all the time at locals. It's a popular one, but I definitely would see myself playing with this pretty regularly.
And I will say I've seen Jay's other work, and it is just so complex and gorgeous. The only reason it looks as simple as it does is because I made him dumb it down for me because I wanted it to represent the venue. But he's done some amazing work. If you look at some of his other stuff that he's designed, it blows you away. I made him make it super simple, so.
Yeah, it was pretty fortuitous timing. I remember you had asked me about making the custom map because we had those last year. And I had just seen Jay's post on Facebook about some of the custom maps he was in the process of making. So it was great timing. Like I have to say it was within a couple hours of seeing that post that you had asked me about it.
I've only got 6 in here. Got any more guessers?
Somebody has a question for Barnstable. You got to bother him in his Facebook DMs like the rest of us.
My DMs are definitely open to rules questions about HeroClix in general, all that type of stuff. Very, very open to talking about all that.
Can Notorious Black Lantern Batman affect powers on characters that have Safeguard Outwit?
Can Notorious Black Lantern Batman? Oh, I know the one we're talking about.
Yes.
Can he
Pick a
affect
color.
You just pick a color and outwit all the powers of the color, whatever.
Yes, he will still be able to affect those characters.
Because you're not outweighing a power, right?
Right. You're just choosing a color and they can't use that color.
Yep. Loopholes are fun. So J Lumen, that's your answer. The answer is yes. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we got 6. Generate from 1 to 6. 2. So that makes it reanimation guy. Did we do that one already? No, wait. No. It's FFCC guy. Scott. No, you can't win. So we have. Was reanimation guy Austin?
No, I think that's one of my locals actually.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 new answers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Chaos for chaos sake. Trio. And chaos. He got the unicorn.
Oh, did we give the answer for the?
Oh yeah, what's the answer?
What's the answer for the non-blind?
The answer was the Giants collectors.
Oh, I actually thought it was Danger Room. I forgot
Danger
about
Room
this.
was a starter set. That one was a starter set,
yeah, well.
ultimately.
Loophole.
So looks like 2 people guessed the correct answer. One was Scott, and the other was Julius Cooper. So 2 people knew the answer.
Nice.
So chaos for chaos sake. Reach out to me, and I will hook you up. Eli, my wife wants to know why the sun isn't setting.
I think I know who this guy is. So you can tell Taylor that I am stuck in a time loop. I think. I don't know what's going on.
I just been waiting for a bird to like swoop down and get you.
Right.
But there was a request for a complicated rules question, and so this one came up at HeroClix for Huntington's, so we actually experienced it and answered it there.
Cookie Quartet.
Sure. Yeah, Cap's Kooky Quartet, because that's kooky. So the question was, my opponent has both Myrn and has Annihilus. Annihilus is when attacking Annihilus or being attacked by Annihilus, opposing characters' positive modifiers become negative modifiers. And then Myrn is opposing characters within the 4 squares can't use or can't positively modify their values. So the question was, if my opponent perplexed up their attack +1 and then attacks, how do those interact? Do they get -1 to their attack, or do they just go with their flat attack value, no modifier whatsoever? And that was the question.
All right, I want to take a shot at this. Is the wording so? If they would be positively modified, they would be negatively modified. Is that correct?
Right. Annihilus, if they would be positively modified, they would be negatively modified instead.
So the answer would be Nothing.
For the specifically Annihilus half of it.
Yeah. So because Marin says you can't positively modify, then you shouldn't be able to negatively modify. It would just remain static, I think.
Anyone else want to throw out their thoughts, their guess?
My thought is don't attack him.
Don't.
My thought is kill Mern. Kill Mern. Kill Mern.
Yeah, right. Get rid of Mern. Problem solved.
I feel like it's Mern's preceding his.
And then I apologize. Jay messaged me that I didn't realize we were talking about safeguard versus protected, and that was my bad. Safeguard, Batman can't outwit them. Protected outwit, Batman can still get around it with the choose a color. But the safeguard, they're not. He's not going to be able to get around that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyone else want to throw out a thought on the Myrn Annihilus?
The instead is what kind of throws me off here.
Yeah, it was definitely tricky for us.
All right.
I feel like if it says if, that's the key word there. So if they're not doing the one, then the opposite shouldn't happen.
Well, that is a good point. Like it can't positively modify. So if they're not able to positively modify in the first place, it can't then become negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ultimately the answer that we went with. That Mern says that they can't positively modify, so there's nothing to turn into a negative modifier instead.
I got one right! Yay!
But I really appreciate everybody's time. I'm gonna actually have to head off for tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm about that way too. 3 o'clock comes early.
All right. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Anthony.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Good night.
Eli, are you sticking around for a minute?
Oh, let's see, what time do we got here? 9:30. How much longer are you thinking we're going?
I only have one more to give away, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. So probably 10, 15 more minutes.
Yeah, I could give you 10 and then see. I'll let you give your emotional speech by yourself. It's more poignant that way, right?
All right. Cookie Quartet. We got, well, not counting Scott. We got Will. Exodor already gave. Yep. So Will, Julius. Emily, are you guessing? Or just between Will and Julius? Alright, let's flip a coin. Between 1 and 2. 2, so Julius Cooper, you got the Cookie Quartet. Alright. Julius. Julius Cooper. Alright, Julius, reach out to me and I will ship you the Cookie Quartet. Alright, cats or dogs? Cats or dogs. For the Deadpool iconics. I'm right, my brain's fried. Okay. Cats or dogs? Where'd you go, Eli?
Oh, I'm coming. Don't worry. I got my answer.
Oh, that's an ugly dog.
Speak.
My dogs are on my last nerve lately. Oof. I don't know. Ever since my neighbor got these little yappy terriers next door, my dogs have turned into vicious, angry animals, and I don't like it. So they just want to eat those little yappy Yorkies. So I'm like, man,
Oh
just calm
goodness.
down. There's a fence for a reason. I'm not going to hurt you.
Hmm.
Brown. So, Eli, why are you
Yeah.
coming back this year?
I'm coming back this year. Personally, the family member that served in my family, I guess, was my grandfather. He served in World War II and in Korea. So that always had a big impact on me. He always said that he served in both those wars. So his two sons didn't have to, and I always really respected my grandfather. So I think you're doing it for a great cause, and I wanted to contribute as much as I can. So yeah, I'm happy to come back and even do it in a more official capacity now. Because last year was pretty casual. You know, a couple of us came in early to help set up, but you know, now that we're established and you know planning more than a year ahead this time, uh, I'm excited to see how much we can bring to life this year. Because even last year with only a couple weeks, honestly, that you had planning, really, you fired off an amazing event and raised a lot of money. So I'm excited to see how much we can do this year.
Yeah, really looking forward to topping it off. All right, we got 3 guesses. Or 3 answers. So there are no wrong answers. So, Will Holland, you got yourself the Deadpool Iconics. Oops. All right. Deadpool for Will Holland. All right. But Eli, I can't thank you enough. I couldn't do this without each one of you helping me out. My wife, my daughter are going to help out, and I have a few other volunteers that have offered to help set up just because the just it's all very overwhelming. It's all those tables, and those are not
Mhm.
light tables, by the way. Those are like
Yeah.
industrial, like I've never experienced tables so heavy as those for being folding tables.
Right.
So thank you so much. I can't. You're awesome, dude, and for doing this 2 years in a row, it's incredible.
I'm
For
glad
everybody
I could
out
help.
there, I want to feel free to stick around if you want, Eli. I'm just going to talk a little bit about veterans and why this is so important.
That's all right. I'll leave it to you, Wes. Thanks again for having me. I'm glad you know we were brought together by our little group chat for Gen Con last year, and seeing this all come to life was really amazing. So thanks for making it come to life, and I'm glad I could be a part of it.
Thanks, Eli.
Have a good one.
You too,
Bye.
buddy. All right. My screen's so small. Um, I don't know how to fix that. All right, I'm just going to go with it as is. Um, where's there we go. I'm still here, folks. I promise. Just trying to figure this out. Delete. Ugh. Okay. I'm here, I promise. For anybody watching. I don't know what's going on. I'm here. I'm here. Don't go away. I want to talk to you people. Video capture, yes. Ugh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to talk real quick for anybody watching. I don't know how to fix the video. But just, it's very important for veterans to get help. The government has left us behind a lot of times. Veteran suicide rate is increasing all the time. So in 2022, suicide was the second leading cause of death of veterans under the age of 45. I myself am a survivor of a suicide attempt. Things like the magical medals that we are supporting this year is what saved me. That and my support system with my wife and kids. We were almost homeless at one point, and establishments like this charity event kept me from losing my home and living on the streets. In 2022, there was almost 6,500 veteran suicide deaths in America. In 2022, the suicide rate among homeless veterans increased by 110%. There's something like 21% of veterans, I don't have the exact number, but something like 21% of veterans are homeless or in danger of losing their homes. But the big thing is the suicide rate. There's no reason that somebody who put their lives on the line or is safe at home then are so distraught by the things they encountered and the lack of care that they get when they get home that they take their own lives. That just shouldn't happen. This event is literally saving lives. Just in Indiana, in 2022, there was 173 veteran suicides just in Indiana. 173 Indiana Hoosiers that served their country took their own lives in 2022. Not from injuries, not from disabilities, just because they couldn't go on. And we need things like this to keep people going. My best friend that you will hear from down the road, one of the greatest guys I know, he served multiple tours, just could not handle things, and he fell in love with the outdoors. And to this day, he looks like who's the guy with the axe that Baby in the Blue Ox or whatever. He's a true outdoorsman, but things like this farm saved his life. There's an estimated 37,000 homeless veterans in 2020. Uh, Veterans account for about 6% of the homeless people in America. Uh, in 2022, there was 325,000 homeless veterans. In Texas, there was 1,400,000 homeless veterans. That is just an astounding amount of people that should never be homeless. Uh, I don't know what to say. It's just it's so important that we do this, and it's a fun event. I make sure everybody comes home with stuff. I prize out really good. Um, we all have fun. Everybody last year said it was one of the most well-run events up to that point. Ryan O from WizKids has really stepped up his game and made the other official WizKids events run better, but I run a solid event. Anthony and PJ and Eli and Jay, they all are helping me with their experiences to make it better than last year. But I just want to emphasize the importance of our dedication to the veterans. And keep an eye out. I'm going to be posting a series of videos that is not necessarily for Red Writing Clix. It's not for Talking Clix. It's for my children and for myself of my memoirs from my time of service. I recently read over my letters home while I was deployed, and there was a lot of situations that I completely blacked out. I don't remember them all. And because of my multiple sclerosis and my age, I want to get a record of these experiences while I still can. And I decided to post them to the internet because I feel like it would do people who don't have an association with military insight into what the average person in the Army experiences. No two people are exactly the same, but it's a good snapshot of what we go through on average deployment. I want my kids to know because they weren't alive when I was there. And I think that other veterans need to hear this stuff because they, no matter who you are, you feel alone. I feel alone all the time. It's always good to hear a fellow veteran recite something that you can relate to. So it's just good all around. Some may be more entertaining than others, but it's a good snapshot of what veterans go through and why we suffer from the depression and anxiety, and just all the things that we go through on a daily basis once we're back home. Because you can take the soldier out of the battlefield, but you can't take the battlefield out of the soldier. Just the other day, I was having a complete breakdown from my anxiety. It's just unreal. It's been 20 years since I've been in the service, and it still affects me day after day. And there's countless veterans out there going through the same thing. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why it's important. Keep an eye out for those videos because they are good information to have. I'm going to keep them short. I'm not going to ramble on like I am today, but it's a good way to know. It's a good way to know what we're going through and why we're doing this. So everybody out there, I look forward to seeing you in November. There'll be more details to come as I get them. There's some things that need to be settled outside my control before I can announce what the prizes will be or the set. But I can guarantee it will be a fun time. We will raise a lot of money for a good cause, and you'll get to have a great tournament, first tournament after Worlds, last big one before Christmas. It's going to be a great time. So come out and see me in Lafayette, Indiana. We'll have a good time for a good cause. So for everybody out there, I look forward to seeing you and